Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. I'm Beatriz Mourad, and today I'm joined by Michelle Anderer.
Hello.
And Alex Bonilla.
Hey.
Today we will be discussing the 23rd episode of Fruits Basket, You Look Well. Warning, spoilers for everything that has aired up to this point. Some of us have read the manga, some of us have seen the early 2000s version of the anime, but we won't be spoiling anything beyond episode 23. You can find out about this podcast at overlyanimated.com. You can subscribe to us on iTunes at overlyanimated.com/iTunes. You can find us on Spotify. The link is on our website. You can also find us on YouTube at youtube.com/overlyanimated. All right, so y'all tell me your general thoughts on this episode, Michelle.
Kyo's a good boy.
He's a good cat.
He's a good cat. Momiji is still amazing. I legitimately can't believe that. His father owns that building.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm sick. I'll just clean instead. Okay, I'm your replacement Taru for today, old ladies. And they're just like, love him because he's adorable. Oh man, Momiji's amazing. Hatori's great. Yuki's great.
We got a lot of characters.
Is wonderful. Everyone except Shigure is great and deserves the world. That's my takeaway.
Gotcha. Alex?
I think this episode was pretty nice. It's hard to follow up an episode like last week's where it was very, very emotional. But like this felt like good light stuff. Kyo is a character that,
He's a character.
I don't know if Tsundere is the right.
No, it is. That's what he is.
Yeah, but like this episode is the height of it. Like him just being very annoyed at everything, but also you see him being sweet, and like Toru has to interpret for us. Oh, this is his way of caring. Like that. Thanks for the explanation, but like you get like just Kyo struggling to get niceness out of his deep layers. The interaction with him and Kagura is interesting because now we're finally beginning to hint again at Kyo's backstory for a little bit, and we have the ending, which is kind of a cliffhanger. So it feels like we're beginning to move back into the main story of the anime after we've kind of been like going through the side characters for a while. So in that sense, also it feels promising that we're getting back on the main rail. So it was a decent episode, and I think that there's a lot of fun moments. And also like just every time that Yuki is on screen, like they give him the glow of like the sparkliness. So like it gives me a feeling.
He gives you a feeling.
Yeah.
Chris, do you know how to pronounce is it tsundere or tsundere? How do you
forget
tsundere? Okay, like we have to all agree that's exactly what Kyo is.
Yes.
He's the male version of that. Yes. Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, he is 100%. I agree. He you think he hates you when in fact he's just smitten about you. That is Kyo basically.
He's so angry talking in that soup scene where it's crazy how it's like it sounds like somebody who's like scolding you, and it's like no, but this is actually love. It's like what?
well, when he's telling her like, well, if you don't want to be sorry, just don't get sick, and she's like, okay, and he's like, oh no, I ruined it. He literally collapses onto his hands and knees because he's like, how do I not be good with Taru? And then he fixes it, but it's just like you could see his struggle so clearly there, and it's pretty hilarious.
There's also that moment where in the rain when they're trying to cross the street and they just stand in the middle of the street for like 10 minutes, and I'm like super anxiety stricken.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, guys, you're gonna get hit by a car. And there is that moment where like he like. We don't see it. A new character, a new what's that thing that Smash does? Super Smash Bros. Where it's like a new challenger approaches. Well, the new guy shows up, and he sees it, which is that Kyo makes this like really sweet face after being like really mean, and it's like, I don't. And this isn't for Kyo. This is just in general. I don't know how I feel about tsunderes because I'm just like. this isn't healthy. But at least
It's
Kyo's
not.
like aware.
In real life, yeah, like you don't want to be like, oh, someone is really antagonistic towards me. They must like me because anime tells me that's how real people are.
Or not only that, not even like that. Your thing, oh, they must like. It's more like their thing, like, oh, I like this person, so I must I must act in a negative way.
Gotta be hard to get. Gotta keep them
exactly.
real life.
Gotta get that negging up.
Yeah.
Oh god, that is what it is.
That's
Negging. That is the real life application of it.
Kyo negs Kagura for this entire series, and
God,
Kagura
but he's
is
genuine. Like it's not a neg. It's a neg. Like I want them to like me by being awful to make them insecure. But he's just like, I don't want you around. Legitimately, go away.
But is it actually that though?
I mean, I don't think I don't think him with Kagura is negging per se, because negging is with the ulterior motive of, but I want you to feel back to get with you.
Exactly.
Whereas he doesn't want to get with Kagura, but I do think he cares about her. I do think that he has some affection. It's just he just doesn't want to be romantically involved with her.
Yeah.
So the limits of negging and the qualifications of negging. That is how we're starting this. I will say about the episode that I think this episode's necessary because it's setting up a lot for probably the finale, which is going to probably span these next 3 final episodes of this season. So I understand the need for it. Is it the most entertaining? Is it the most heart-wrenching? No, but I'm not going to be, I wouldn't go so far as to say it's boring, because it's like, I see the seed that's planting. I'm noticing that it's starting to set up these plot threads that hopefully, they've been setting up through this entire season, because what is that hat? Like, goodness me.
I know, that's the thing. It's like, why do
more?
we keep cutting to the hat? Who's gonna notice the hat and finally say something about
but like,
it?
here's the thing. Kyo's seen the hat, and he hasn't reacted.
I think Beatrice, so this is like my theory at this point. I feel like the hat's definitely Yuki's, but I feel like that's not gonna matter somehow for Endgame.
But okay, all right, hold on.
I think it's gonna be there for like end the drama.
Okay, it's not gonna matter about who ends up with who, but it is gonna matter, right? Like, there's gotta be some story.
Because we know Yuki knows what that hat is, but it also gives him like a sad memory. We don't know why the context of the memory is sad for him, but we know that much. I don't think Kyo knows about the hat at all.
Yeah. So I am ready to know about the hat.
I'm ready to know about the hat too.
Like, my biggest worry is that we're gonna finish these next 3 episodes and the hat's just never gonna appear. And it's like, no, you have teased this hat throughout the entire season. We need closure. I'm not saying we need closure with Akito. I'm not saying I just want answers about this mangy hat that I just keep seeing. I just need...
Question, Beatrice. Would you rather have answers about the hat or about Kyo's careers? Because I think we're either going to get both of those or at least one of those in the next couple episodes.
I think we're going to... Not in the same episode. Or I think they're going to be...
related, maybe?
I think it's going to be like a blow... It's going to... Okay. So my theory is we're either going to get... that the whole Kyo curse thing is going to be the big, event, right?
Yes.
But then, as this is happening, maybe, Yuki, there has to be something that's going on with Yuki, too. Because this is the thing with the show. This is something it's like a criticism, but it's it's hard to do. I sometimes feel like the way they handle Kyo and Toru versus Yuki and Toru is very segmented. It's very much okay, this is the Yuki Toru moment, and then we're gonna completely have him disappear, and then we're gonna deal with Kyo and Toru. The only episode I think that didn't deal with that was when they went to the cabin, right? That's the only time we saw some sort of exchange that where it all tied together. So I'm thinking this is a great opportunity for them to weave it all together. Maybe it's while drama is happening with Kyo, this is happening with Yuki, and it's maybe Toru has to prioritize and has to pick one, or something, or I don't know, but or it could just be one episode's going to be about the hat and one episode's going to be about the curse, and then we're going to get an epilogue.
I feel like Beatrice is going to be maybe curse maybe like more seeding of curse, hat reveal, then culmination of Kyo curse. Because I like bet you guys anything that older man is his like trainer from the woods.
Yeah, she shows what you call like your trainer, your teacher, I guess, in a way. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like definitely.
Yeah. What's gonna really annoy me is that if like the hat is either again completely ignored. And it's just, again, the teasing. Or the moment we get the hat is, like, the last shot of the last episode is just Yuki finding the hat. And it's, like, just, like, terrible. Or something. Where it's just, like, the cliffhanger is the hat. And it's like, no, it's been the cliffhanger. We need answers.
You've seen the hat before, too. So, like, why would him see
the third episode? Fourth?
No. Like, back, I swear, like, when they went to visit, Toru's mom's grave, like, I feel like, wasn't Yuki sad about the hat then?
Yeah.
Because the next episode was with the bear in the woods, and, like, Yuki and Kyo are both feeling awkward because they're both, like,
right. Okay. All right.
And he was, like, sad about the hat then, so that wasn't that long ago. It was, like, 5 episodes or something.
Fine. Well, then, okay, fine. Let me rephrase that. Instead of it just being like him finding the hat, it's like him holding the hat and Toru being like, "Why are you holding my hat?" And it's like, I don't want that, but I feel like that's what's gonna happen. Maybe it could happen.
We're definitely getting a hat thing because like they showed the hat twice, right? There's like a close up of her holding it on the bed. There was a close up of it falling behind the bed, and the animation is precious, so we don't show anything we don't feel we have to. So it's definitely gonna have to be addressed soon.
Yeah. Like if none of these characters were like so cute, the screen cap for this pod would be the hat. Like I had a perfect shot of it.
Let's go for cute. Definitely.
I went for cute, but I had a perfect shot of the hat, and I was like, "This is it. This is the moment. Like if there was ever a moment, this is it." But yeah, let's talk about other things in this episode because even though it's planting the seeds, yes, there's the hat and all this. There's some really interesting kind of, I want to say breakthroughs with characterization of a couple characters, mainly with Toru and Kyo. So this happens mostly in the first half of it, which is Toru gets sick, she fails an exam, which, by the way, Hanajima still remains being the greatest thing to ever happen on the show.
Makeup questions are always easier.
And just be like, don't worry, Toru, I failed them all. Oh, she's great.
She takes it in stride.
Exactly. She's like not worried. This is not the first time, clearly. So anyway, Toru, she starts vocalizing to the audience, to us. She starts vocalizing, she's worried she won't be able to keep her mom's promise. That's why she's so upset at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Which you can kind of figure out a lot progress, great. But what's really been the breakthrough is she opens up about it.
Yeah.
Kyo and her have a moment, and not only is it that she feels comfortable enough to vent about it to Kyo, Kyo asks for it. Kyo, seeks it out. Kyo is like, tell me what's wrong. I will carry that burden for you.
And that's the second time. That's the second time he's done this, because I think he did this on the episode where he and Yuki go to get Toru from her relative's house.
Yeah.
When she has a moment with him later, he's like, you can complain sometimes if you want to.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you did it every day, that would be annoying. But because it's you, it's fine. So this is a good reoccurring thing that Kyo does for Toru.
Yeah.
He's consistently there for her emotionally, which is crazy because it's Kyo, but it keeps happening with him more than Yuki, and I think that's really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think, and this is something interesting and something worth noting because we see it also in the episode when Toru talks to Yuki about his family financial situation. Mm-hmm. Briefly, Yuki has a tendency of, when things get any sort of emotionally difficult, whether it's he's upset or he's embarrassed or whatever, he turns on he changes the subject. Yuki never actually goes that extra mile to open up to someone to explain something, or he keeps evading it. He keeps changing subjects and stuff. Whereas with Toru and Kyo, you're right, this isn't the first time, but it is the first time in a long while.
It is, yeah.
And it's also partly because I don't think we've had that much of an emphasis on Kyo in a long while.
That's the big thing. Kyo
Yeah.
has disappeared for like a bunch of episodes, so it's kind of just good to at least have any focus on him at all. Like, so this episode was really good for that, because even in the second half, like he gets focused too, but just in a different side.
Yeah, and like I'm so happy for that breakthrough. I'm happy that he's there. And let's talk about that other side, that other half of the episode. We like this curse. I have theories.
This curse. I have theories too. What are your theories first?
Okay, we need to share these theories. Okay, one, it's linked to his bracelet.
Yes! Oh, it has something to do with the rain. I swear to God, the rain has something to do with it.
Oh, you think the rain? Okay.
You know, because, like, think about it. It's been at least half a year. It's not the first time they've been walking in the rain, all three of them probably. But it's the first time we're hearing about it. I feel like that's important.
Okay.
I feel like all Kyo's stuff is just being thrown at us in one episode to plant seeds, like, in a rush. And that's one of the seeds. It's the rain stuff.
Okay. All right. I need something clarified, because I don't own a cat, so I don't know. But do cats get tired in the rain? Like, is that something that's a cat thing
cats
or
hate
no?
water. That's the big thing.
I think and I don't remember if this is true, but I heard like cats don't like the rain sometimes, especially because like it makes their feet wet, and like that it's like harder for them to like feel around the water.
Okay.
I don't know, this is the thing I heard, but it doesn't make them more tired. No, it just makes them uncomfortable.
So this isn't some sort of like cute little thing of like, oh look, he's a cat. No, this is like a legit.
I interpreted it as that. Like, I thought it was just like, oh, he's a cat person, so of course he doesn't like the rain. Like, I didn't really make the connection that it was to the curse, but I guess that makes sense.
I think it's 100% the curse, and I think the bracelet has something to do with the curse. And maybe, like, if he gets wet in the rain, the curse activates.
No way, because, like, he's gotten wet, though.
But, like, in the flashback, it was really dark. In Kakuna's maybe it was raining, and because I swear to God, like the moment she fell in love with him is when they were kids, and he dropped his bracelet, and maybe it was raining, and he turned into something. She's like, "Oh no, it's spooky," but then she's like, "Nah, I still like you," and like that's what she's in love with. Like she wasn't turned off by his curse side, because she's the only one who ever brings it up. Also, by the way, I don't know how many other people have actually seen the full effect of it.
Yeah, because she's at least I'm assuming she is the one with like the memory of it happening.
Yeah.
Which, you know, and it's like, and she said something, Kakuna said something really interesting, which is that she has like a secret for Kyo, and then she said like, I can't tell you it because you'll cry. And it's like, what is it? I need answers.
Well, I think it might honestly be that like like basically I think like maybe when she saw his like what his curse form, she was like she didn't reject it, and she's like, well, if this is why like you're kind of awkward sometimes and you're down on yourself, like I accept this part of you, and him learning that that's the reason would make him cry because he hates that part of himself so much. He like wouldn't like that was the reason, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it still makes sense why she would care about him. So that's what I think.
Idea. Here's another interpretation. Maybe it's, okay, because you know how she says, Kyo's the one who's pushing people away. He's the one who's distancing himself, right? So maybe that's the secret. She's like, you are making your own tragedy. Like, you're the one who's causing, like, but it's like, I don't like that because it kind of blames Kyo for, like, his situation. But also, it's like, she's like, stop, you know, it could be, maybe that's it. She's like, you think you're horrible, and that's why, like, you're alone because you're pushing people away. And if I tell you that, you're going to cry. Which, you know, it would make me cry.
Yeah, I think that's a good theory, because, like, that plays into the whole other thing where it's like, yeah, all the Zodiacs are cursed by turning into animals, but that's not what's keeping them from leading fulfilling lives, but that's, like, what they think is the reason.
Right.
It could be exactly for Kyo and his curse. Like, the curse isn't what's, like, pushing people away. That's just you, Kyo. You just gotta not do that.
Yeah. This family does have a tendency to blame the curse for everything, when in reality, it's like with Akito. He blames
Akito.
Like, he is the prime example. He's horribly abusive, and everyone blames the curse and not him. And then it's like, that's the problem. The problem is the abuse. It's not the curse. But I do think this bracelet that Kyo wears is special. So for a while I thought it was just, because it looked like a Buddhist bracelet. They use that to like pray, where they'll just
like
that's
a rosary kind of.
Yeah, like a rosary, but I don't know the name of it in the Buddhist version of it, and I don't know the name, but they use it to pray. So I was like, oh, maybe that's it, and whatever. But maybe it is like has some sort of like mystical power. Yeah, mystical power, and it's like
curse powered.
Yeah,
human.
And like
maybe.
it's keeping like maybe like I think earlier I said that Kyo's like curse was like maybe he's like a beast or something, like Beauty and the Beast or something,
or like an ugly cat.
Yeah, like an ugly cat,
which I love. That would be the best if he just becomes like a bigger, like gnarlier cat.
Yeah,
that's the curse.
Like maybe
zombie cat.
That could be it. Like he removes it and suddenly he's not this adorable cat. He's just like like I don't know. What's his name? The angry cat. The angry cat, the one that always looks angry and also looks like Ron Swanson. Grumpy cat.
Oh my god, could you imagine like a giant grumpy cat? He's like, I'm hideous, I told you all. This is the curse.
This is the curse.
That'd be amazing.
But there's just a lot there. But I still, yeah.
Well, can I ask, you guys who like know the Kyo stuff better, do we know much about his parents yet? I feel like we vaguely touched on that
nothing.
Right,
we know little about his parents and Yuki's
I bring that up because like the first shot of Kagura seeing the bracelet like fall, it reminded me very much of like the Batman movies of like seeing the pearls fall.
That's
like
true.
I wonder if there's also like some kind of family connection going on, and that would tie into why Kyo doesn't really talk about his family ever. I mean, nobody talks about their family ever in this show, but Kyo especially maybe has a reason connected to his youth, and it would tie into everyone dealing with emotional and psychological trauma from their elders, because this is also a thing that Yuki has dealt with. So it would make sense that Kyo is also struggling with something very similar, but also something that has affected him so deeply he doesn't mention it to anybody.
Yeah. I mean, I do think he mentioned his parents once, like in passing, early on, where I think it was with Uo-chan. She was like, I don't know, like he said, I don't know, she said something and he goes like, my parents never had to deal with me like rough out, I don't know, something like that. Or like, my parents were never called in by the teacher or something.
Oh, so yeah, that checks out.
So I think he did mention that in passing, but like, you're right, I think less than even Yuki. Like, I think we know more about Yuki's parents than we know about Kyo's parents.
I think we're gonna maybe find out next episode if his mentor teacher's probably gonna relay a flashback to us about like, oh, Kyo's come so far. I saw him smiling in the rain the other day, and he was a mess when he was with me. And maybe we're gonna get a little of like his situation with his parents, and then his transferring to going into the woods with this other guy. We might get a little something.
Yeah, maybe. All right, question, because I want to spend some time with Shisho, but before we spend it with him, last question on Kagura. Toru makes this observation where she says that Kagura is like distancing herself. She is holding back from seeing Kyo for whatever reason. Toru can't figure it out.
For whatever reason, I think it's pretty clear.
No, I know. Okay, I think it's clear. Okay, so one of two things. So it's because, like, Kagura's aware that he's in love with Toru, right? Like, that's it.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Okay. What was your theory?
Well, Kyo gets really stressed out when she's there because her affection is kind of a little smothering and exhausting, which is, like, endearing to watch, but also, like, he does end up getting beat up a lot. So I think, like, for her, she's like, well, I like him, but I want him to feel like more comfortable around me, and he seems to want his space, so I'll just try to not visit as much as I want to and be conscientious of his feelings maybe a little more.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
And I agree, and I thought that this was meant to be like showing that hey, Kagura is actually self-aware, and like she is because in past episodes, like Kagura has kind of been portrayed as just like off the rails, out of control.
Right.
Like I felt like this episode did a good job in like kind of grounding her, even in the supermarket. Like she's like tiptoeing around the situation with Kyo because like she understands what ticks Kyo off and like what stuff she can't talk with him about. And so I think also like Toru's interpretation of this, like if we're up to Kagura, she would come every single day, but she understands that Kyo just can't handle that, and so as she's like forcing herself to not visit as much as she wants to make Kyo happy. So like I think that would be a good sign of awareness if it was because of that. But your theory is also interesting and one that I had not thought of.
Because
I think maybe a part of her knows, because why else would she say like, Kyo, Toru doesn't really know about the curse yet? Like, why would she bring that up if part of her didn't suspect? You know, but I don't think she's like fully confronting that possibility yet. I feel like that's more long term. But the seed is there. For sure.
Right. I just think because, like, certain characters like kind of make it, like, for instance, Shiguro is, like, clearly he's, like, knows that Kyo cares about Toru very deeply.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was like, okay, how obvious is this? Where is it only something that Shigure would know, or is it something that like everyone except for Yuki, Toru, and Kyo are aware of? Like, Momichi knows too.
Momichi knows, yeah, because he's like, oh, you're training to be a housewife, when he's like looking in the cookbook while Toru's sick. And like obviously like O-chan and Hana-chan like both know for sure. Yeah.
So that's why I was like, maybe Kagura is aware, and maybe that's like and that's why like Toru's like, I don't know why, and it's like, well, obviously you don't know, but it's because he's in love with you, and that's why she's not showing up. But so because it was either that, at least for me, it was either that like your theories make more sense than, because she kind of answers the other potential one, which is like it's the curse. There's a reason she stopped showing up so much, and it's like, okay, why is it that Shisho suddenly shows up? Why is it that maybe it's like it just starts raining all of a sudden? Maybe it's a summer.
It's for the plot.
No, but I'm
what
saying,
if Shisho controls the rain?
No.
This is the plot.
No, I'm saying maybe it's actually like it's like a yearly thing, maybe. Or something. It's like a time thing where like the stars have to align for Kyo to like to do the curse thing that he does. And then it's like, you know, maybe he's like a danger to people. You know, maybe he's like a werewolf, but like a werecat.
Oh my god, I want him to be a werecat. All these ideas just sound so cute, honestly. Like whatever he turns into might end up just being really cute.
I mean, just it could be. I mean, I could use it. Oh man, that would like.
What
if he just
be adorable?
He just turns into like a panther or something.
Oh,
you know, like,
yeah.
Or could ride into school. He should never wear his bracelet ever.
Yeah, like
help her out more.
I mean, I'm of the opinion that if someone hugs me and I turn into a bunny, I'm like set for life. I'm happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, all right, but yeah. So it's like now I'm like, okay, Shisho like shows up, and now I'm like scared that, like, he shows up because, like, for bad intentions.
Go back story. No, I think if Kyo really likes him, like, remember how much, like, when he was on the road with Toru way back, and he was like, yeah, I love fighting against me, so excited. Man, I trained in the woods, like, every day, and I was so excited to wake up each morning. I think he really likes his teacher a lot. I think it might be one of his favorite people in the world.
Totally, but then, exactly. But then how devastating would it be if the teacher that you love so much is actually trying to kill you?
No! Everyone else is already... We already have Axel and Shigure in the show. We don't need anyone else being evil.
Maybe he's not evil, though. Maybe he's just, like, there to keep him in line. And maybe he's not actually trying to kill him, but that was the entire reason he decided to train him and accept him as a student. And then suddenly Kyo, like, shows up and is like, all this time I thought you liked me, but in fact you just wanted to like protect everyone from me.
I really hope that's not it, but I could see maybe that happening. I really like, isn't that what Shigure already does though? Okay, he's like, I'll keep tracking Yuki, Kyo, wink wink, don't you worry, Acto.
I mean, but like Shigure is like, okay, one, I don't trust Shigure. So
Well,
Shigure is different. Like, I don't think, like, with the Shisho, it's not that I don't find him untrustworthy. It's more like, I think he, maybe, I don't know, I'm like thinking, like, maybe he's just like, you are a danger, so I have to keep tabs on you. He was like stalking them for like most of the episode.
His introduction was kind of weird that he was he's so mysterious. We didn't see his face even until
The end,
the very end. And like his really startled surprise and the rain seeing Kyo happy. Yeah, like that could be for several reasons. Some of them maybe not good intentions. So like I
maybe
see
some of
that.
them good intentions,
I just don't want anyone else to be like messing with these children because it's such a big part of this show. I just want them to have like some people who are legitimately chill.
Yeah. I mean, I just think maybe his curse is tied to his like emotions. So he's like, you're in love. That's bad because now you're gonna be unstable or something.
So I feel like that's worse.
It is worse because it's worse for Kyo. Because like poor Kyo, like why can't he just like love? Love is the answer for everything, and then suddenly they're trying to like make it something bad. I don't know. There's so many possibilities.
Yeah, I guess that's like we've had so many stories of like the Soma's like, oh, love is bad. You can't be falling in love with the outside people. Nobody's really made a stink yet about like if Kyo or Yuki are falling in love with Turo. Nobody's really like commented on, hey, you shouldn't be doing that. So I do wonder.
I'm not too
scared about it. I mean,
yeah.
I think that a storm's coming for all of them the longer this continues. But he's like, I'm not going to stop them from, living their best lives. But also, like, Shigure, do you really think it's just a good idea? He said that to him at least 3 times now.
Yeah. Granted, it makes sense for Hattori to say this because given what we know about him and how he said how he was so happy with Kana, right? And that, like, that month or 2 months that they were together were like so incredible that he can spend the rest of his life alone just because he had those 2 months. So it's kind of like he might be thinking, oh, these kids are gonna suffer, but you know what, if they have this happy time together, maybe they'll be like me. And
he's watching over them too, like he's keeping tabs on them because he has a personal, like, he wants to make sure they're okay too. He's not just like, he will intervene if he can when the time happens. I feel like,
he wants them to be better. Like he wants their generation to do better, to not have to suffer like he did, which he has mentioned. He has mentioned that. So he is keeping tabs on them. It's just like he's not stopping Shigure, and I'm like, well, your neutrality on this is still siding with him somewhat. You can make the argument.
Part of me wonders, honestly, like Shigure, do you think maybe he has a deal that involves Yuki, but maybe not necessarily Kyo? Maybe Kyo's like a bonus? Like maybe his deal with Akito is like, Akito wants Yuki to come back to the main house. Right. Obviously. He really doesn't want to do that. Shigure knows this, and somehow this deal involves Toru, where it's like, oh, well, if he like falls in love with Toru, then you have to accept that he'll never come back. But if it doesn't work out, then he will come back because his heart will be shattered and he'll be easier to control or so. Because, like, I could see a universe where Kyo and Toru's destiny or whatever, like, doesn't matter as much to Shigure. But because, like, Akito really cares about Yuki's relationship with Toru would be, like, a huge deal to whatever agreement is going on with Shigure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's not both of them. Maybe it's just Yuki he cares about.
I mean, but that's the thing. It's like, I don't know where Akito falls with Kyo. Like, I don't know
how anyone falls with Kyo.
We've only had, like, that one interaction. I can't even call it an interaction, but it was like when
stares at him. Yeah.
When they both have this stare down. And again, remember, like, Kyo's eyes were, like, really cat-like.
Cat eyes.
Like, they were, like, monster-like, question mark? Like, I don't know, but I'm like, that was the most, like, intensely, like, transforming, like, he was something else, Kyo when looking at Akito. So it's like, is his curse linked to Akito? Or is it, like, I don't know. I mean, how big of a role is Akito going to have in this finale? Like, do we expect him to have a big role?
I feel like every time we hear about or see him, it's just always worse and more scary the more we find out. So he has to be a really pivotal part of the culmination of wherever this is going.
No, I mean, but the finale of like this season. I don't mean finale of the show. I mean of this season. These next three episodes.
I feel like maybe we're gonna get the hashtag curse reveal and maybe the hat, but I don't know if we can hope for more than that because it's only like 3 more episodes, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe only 2 more. Yeah.
I mean, I still think that there's a possibility that Akito's somewhat related to the hat. Whenever there's something involving Yuki, Akito is not that far behind.
That's true.
So like,
I don't know. What if it was Akito's hat? And
okay. I said that once, but then I was like, wait, the age difference might be. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It's so hard to tell how old Akito is. Like, he looks like the same age as Yuki, but he doesn't act like he's a Yuki age boy man. So who knows? Yeah,
he looks so much like Yuki. Like they both that was very.
I know he's like the dark Yuki, and that's why I'm upset that he was attractive.
Oh man, I mean, again, he's been like absent a lot. So you know, that's something. Let's talk about Shisho for a brief moment because like his voice is
what does his voice sound like? What did it sound like? I forgot.
Yeah, please do an imitation for us, Beatrice, to remind the audience.
No, I can't. It's so deep and like
it's
manly
really
and like very like I was like, oh, hello.
You're feeling it?
And honestly, like Kyo's reaction was just like a mood. I was just like, "Yep, that's it." Like that's the reaction to Shisho was like, I was like, yeah, because he was just like, I don't know, he was just like Kyo, like I don't know what he said. He was just like Kyo, and he said Kyo again, and then I was just like, Kyo, basically, Kyo. And I was just like, who are you? Like,
that's the question.
He's a mountain man who lives in the mountains and is rough tumble kind of guy.
Rough tumble kind of guy taught Kyo how to cook. Probably, I think that's where he learned it.
Yeah, and how to punch things.
See, but like, how is Toru gonna get through this guy? Like, how, like, this guy? It's from what I
had to get through him. I think he's like, oh, you make Kyo happy. I'm invested in Kyo's well-being. Okay, I like you. Want to hear a story about Kyo in the mountains, and then we get a flashback. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Okay, but like not Kyo. Toru has had to like somewhat get through to people sometimes. Like she's had to like with every other zodiac, and we know this guy's a zodiac.
I feel like Momiji was willing to accept her,
right? But like, but Momiji is so special.
Momiji is special. It's true,
and it did take a while for Momiji to like really open up to her.
Yeah, that's true.
So there is that. But why is he here? Why did he show up? Do you have any ideas? Of why?
He likes Kyo. He feels like a surrogate dad to him or uncle or something. And he wanted to see. It's been half a year. He wants to see how he's mixing with the other folks.
I would like to offer also the potential theory that maybe he's sort of heard rumblings about secret plans going on and he wants to warn Kyo, but then Shigure is all like, so how are other people knowing what I'm doing behind the scenes?
Oh, and so you're thinking like there's gonna be tension between this guy and Shigure.
If it ends up that Shisho is here to help Kyo, which I think is possible given like the very little we've seen of Shisho in the past, but like if it's true that he's like this person who trained Kyo in the mountains for a while, there's got to be some connection there, and I would hope it's a positive one. Again, like this show loves its family connection traumas, so it could very easily twist it. But I want to see a good male relationship for Kyo to lead on.
I think it is going to be a good one. Also, just Shisho versus Shigure. Yes, I love it. I want it to happen.
Yeah, like. Yes, like I want like, and just thinking about like, okay, this is someone who's like clearly he's a master of like martial arts. Yes. He's all about like, you know, like honor and like just every good thing that's like the opposite of Shigure. I like to think Shisho might be.
Maybe, yeah.
Know? So it's like I would love for them to butt heads, you know. Just, you know, have like the man you don't want to grow up into being and the one you do want to grow up into being.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like the positive, like older male figure and then the negative one.
Yeah, because like so far, like Hattori is kind of the only
one. Is the only one, yeah.
Aspirational male figure in this show.
Yeah.
Wow, that's sad. It's true. I mean, like, where would we put Yuki's older brother on that? Like, Aya. Like, he's not terrible. He's just
not
kinda,
terrible.
you know.
He's very self-centered. So I think the thing with Aya is like he's incapable of being aware of people outside of himself. But there is a good, like, you know, he's so confident, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think the thing about Aya, especially given the show and like this family and how they've like dealt with things, like if a guy isn't like super masculine, they tend to not want to strive to be like the guy. So I feel like maybe she's just gonna be that like traditionally masculine figure. So that's why they're like, oh, I don't want to be like Aya, because Aya's like super confident, but Aya is like challenging what it means to be masculine.
And then there's like Haru, who like looks very masculine, but whenever he brings up like Yuki, I like really love you a lot though. Yuki's like, oh, you're saying that again, like you're so silly. It's like, no, he's being serious.
Yeah.
So that's accurate.
Yeah. So I mean, and also like Hatsuharu's like younger. So so I don't know if it's like, oh, I can look up to you. I think it's like we need someone who's older and
we can
wiser.
Physically look up to him because
he's
tall.
taller. He's tall.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Alex, who's your favorite in terms of attractiveness person on the show so far?
Oh god.
We need
I mean, to be
Give me
honest,
top 3.
well, look, Yuki is somewhere in the top 3.
Yeah!
He's very shiny and like sparkly.
God, so shiny.
Get to him. But I will probably get to this later. But just briefly, like there's a thing where it's just like, let's go on a date. Let's go to our secret base.
Yeah.
It's like such very little Yuki and Toru, but like the 5 seconds they get to, it's like, oh yeah, we're going on a date. Yeah.
Do you ship Yuki and Toru more than Yuki and Kyo at this point?
See,
or Yuki and Kyo, whichever.
Well, I mean, Yuki and Kyo would be an interesting ship.
Oh shit! You know what I'm sorry.
I don't know. I think Yuki and Toru right now are more compatible, but like if Toru is able to break into Kyo is able to be more honest with Toru than Yuki is. So like in that sense, Kyo has a leg up. But I think like right now, like Yuki is just very nice to Toru, and Toru is nice to him. So I feel like the relationship is clearer. But I definitely think that there's opportunity for Kyo if he wants to go down that route someday. But anyways, Yuki is pretty attractive. Haru is pretty attractive.
Oh my god, you like Haru too? High five.
Yeah.
Haru's so hot.
It's like the silver hair really is a very Yuki and Haru both have that, and I think that's like a really big bonus to it. And you know, honestly, Hattori's kind of hot too. Like it's the mature kind of hot, you know.
He is.
Yes.
My top 3 are definitely Yuki, Hattori, and I'm ashamed for
say it.
But Akito is really attractive. I'm sorry.
Like all I can remember about Akita is that like he's got like a very pointy face. Like he's got his corners.
He's got Yuki's face.
He has Yuki's face with black hair, but they're like the same size. It's just the dark Yuki, and that's why he's in the top 3. Not for his personality, that's for sure. Just all aesthetic.
Well,
what about you, Beatriz?
If we're gonna go there, okay. So for me, Hattori is definitely up there.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna do guys. I'm just gonna do dudes.
Yeah. Okay.
Just to make it easy for myself. Okay. That's. Okay. Like she shows up there already. Really?
His voice. That's impressive.
Okay. You don't remember his voice.
I don't remember it, but you
everything.
Yeah, I need like at least an episode to like get his face into my head in order to make a proper assessment.
Yeah, I mean, fair. I think, but I really like Shisho. I mean, I hope I don't regret that because again, I don't. What if like next episode he's just horrible? Ooh, and who else? Like, oh wait, did I mention Yuki? No, I didn't. Yuki. Oh my god, I didn't mention Yuki.
Yeah,
he's all of our lists.
I'm surprised none of us put Kyo in the top 3 though.
No, Kyo is like really cute.
I just he doesn't sparkle. You know what I mean? Like you're
saying.
Yeah. Like, he has more of like a glow, I guess, but it's like a subtle glow, and it's mostly in his eyes and his very gentle blushing he does constantly.
It's
different than Yuki.
But here's the thing. Like, I think with Kyo, like, if I saw him, like, when he was, like, in his 20s, then maybe.
Oh, yeah. No, an older Kyo. Totally.
An older Kyo was like, okay, we can have a conversation about an older Kyo. But at the moment, he's still going through puberty. He's got to glow up first.
More, like, arm muscles, actually.
Yeah,
maybe,
like, I think what's holding him back right now is that he's a bit lanky. Like, Yuki is shorter, so, like, he's able to fill out his body a bit more. Like, that helps a lot. Whereas, like, Kyo is basically a beanpole.
You know, I think, you know, Yuki, like, they really, and I think the show just really sells Yuki's, like, prettiness.
Yeah.
Yes, whereas he's a beautiful man. He's not, like, a muscly man. Like, it works for him. Okay, so you got Shisho, Yuki, and Hattori. Who else?
I mean, isn't it just Shisho? Isn't that three? Three?
That's
three. I was like, do I have to pick more?
I realized, like, honestly, like, and this is just because, like, he's just literally such a good person, but my number 4 would probably be Momiji, just because he's, like, his aesthetic is not my type, and he's very short, and he's a young boy, but, like, he's just such a sweet person, and that does a lot for me. So.
I think in terms of personality, I think Momiji or Hattori, I think, in terms of personality. Like, Hattori would be, like, very, like, dramatic.
Yeah,
because he just is.
He's so dramatic about romance. It's amazing.
It's wonderful, but yeah. So definitely in terms of just personality, Momiji would definitely be up there. I guess we can end this with just as we did learn that the Zodiac members are financially supported by the family.
That's crazy to me. Oh my god. No wonder they don't leave. They get good money every month from this torture.
So, like, my thing is, it's just really interesting how Akito's hold on these people is so deep, where he covers all these bases. It's not just
financial.
Exactly.
This is how cults work.
Oh god. They control your money in a cult? I guess that makes sense, yeah.
Man, that's intense. Like, I don't know. Like, I just think I mean, clearly Yuki mentioned, I think, really when he first like met Yuki. I mean, when he first met Toru, like he said, like, wow, like I'm not as brave as her. Like, she literally just left her house. Like, I could easily have done that, and I didn't. So it's just very kind of interesting how this kind of financial dependency is also at play here. And
that's a good point.
So that, I don't know, and it's just curious, like, also, like, just because, like, Toru herself is like, wow, I still don't know anything about this family. Like, I hope, and the way she says it, she goes, like, I hope when I do learn about this, I'll be able to accept them, you know? It's like, Toru, of course you're gonna accept them, no matter how dark it gets. But, like, it's nice that you're thinking that. Like, thank you for telling us, but, I mean, come on, we know you already.
I think she also, like, she's mentally preparing herself for, like, because of how Yuki and Kyo talk about the rest of the Soma family. She's already been, like, trained to be like, oh, okay, there's some, like, real shady stuff going on up deep, and that's why these guys don't want to hang out with them. So, like, she's trying to, like, prep herself for the worst based on how Yuki and Kyo deal with their past. So I think it's smart of her to be like, well, look, I gotta prepare for anything. And again, we don't really use this as much as we haven't used this a lot in recent episodes, but this is a family that turns into animals. Like, really,
we have been having a lack of animals. Okay, look, Shisho we know is part of the Zodiac, so we're definitely getting an animal next episode. How many Zodiacs are left?
I feel like at least a handful.
Really? Like, are they?
We don't have the ram yet. Isn't the ram one? Or wait, was that Hiro? Was he like the sheep?
No, he was a sheep. Is the ram a sheep?
Is there a ram and a sheep, or is there just one of those? I feel like there's maybe one of them.
Do we have the monkey yet?
That was. What's his face?
Bitsu was the monkey, right? Okay.
We have the snake. That's Aya.
Has there been a bear?
No.
The bear? Is there a year of the bear?
I don't know.
I don't think there's a year of the bear. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look up. So
okay. While you look it up. Okay. So, question. This is something, and especially I notice this whenever we have episodes focusing on Kyo and Toru or Toru and Yuki. I feel like of this love triangle in the making, I think only one person is actually like in love with anyone right now. And I think that's Kyo. I think Kyo is the only one who's at the moment like in love with Toru. I don't know what Yuki's thinking. I think there's definitely like I don't see Yuki blushing. I don't see Toru like blushing as much anymore. Like now when Shigure's like, oh, you two should go on a date, she like kind of looks a little antsy. She's like, oh my god, what? Me? Him? But then she's not like blushing like she did in the beginning. So I think it's like maybe in the beginning she kind of idolized Yuki like everybody else. But now that she knows him, she sees him as a friend. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to read Toru.
I think that's
Kyo is very
fair.
easy.
I think that's fair, but I also think maybe the show's just taking more time to get to the Kyo side of this, and we started off really heavy on the Yuki side. So it's just like, it's just reversing now, so we get less from Yuki. But I would say Yuki... I mean, I feel like he's done enough casual flirting, testing the waters if he feels comfortable, even thinking that way about Toru, that, like, say if she hooked up with Kyo tomorrow, could you honestly say Yuki wouldn't be kind of a little devastated by that?
He'd be angry. He'd be so angry.
Something. So, like, he must have feelings there. I feel like they're definitely potentially romantic. I feel like Toru's the one who, like, hasn't decided if she's really into either of them.
Yeah.
But I think both of them, in their own ways, are definitely feeling her in their respective manners that make sense for their characters.
No, yeah, that makes sense. I just, the minute that you mentioned like the moments in earlier in the season, I just got a flashback to the dress,
her being cute in the dress.
Yep. I mean, and I was like, yep, and then the ribbon, and then yeah. It's been so long. I want more moments. I want more like romance. I've been getting a lot of crying.
Episode when like Yuki gave her a gift on the bridge, and
and then he picked up the ribbon. He's like, "What do you think?" And she's like, "Wah!" and her whole face is red. But we'll say not Yuki, Kyo. So when Kyo like is like exasperated with himself for being like too angry at Toru by accident, and he like falls on his hands and knees, and he's like, like, just, like, vent to me, and she does, and then she's like, oh, this is really good, and he's like, yours is really good, mine's whatever, and then he kind of, like, peeks at her
look.
Over his arm, like, I love that moment, because it feels like such a Kyo way of, like, being unguarded, and, like, really letting himself be kind of genuine and feel things like in front of her, and they stare at each other, and like that was an honestly pretty powerfully charged moment. And Toru keeps saying like Kyo, you've made me so happy right now, like in her head. But like that look conveyed a lot of information. And I actually thought it was really nice.
It was.
I think there's also a line I think that Kyo gives where he's like, I don't mind cooking for you if I get to see you do your silly expression around the house.
And then she's like, silly expression, like her face after that.
Right. But like, it's like, hey, I want to see you happy. It's like, that's a very un-Kyo like thing to say. So it feels very meaningful when it comes out of his face.
It's very forward in a nicely genuine way. That's true.
Yeah. I'm just putting it out there because I remember saying I want people to sob, and then we got that. Then we started getting tears after that. After I mentioned that, the next episodes we got people crying. We even got Toru crying in this one. I still want like a good wail. Like I still want like a good like
we get that curse,
shattering crying.
You're gonna get crying with that curse. I feel pretty confident.
Oh man!
I mean, Kagura literally says, "You're gonna cry when I tell you the secret."
I don't think we'll get that backstory. They're just teasing us, but we'll get to it.
Yeah.
I found the animals, by the way. Also, I think there's 3 we're missing. We're missing the pig.
No, Kagura's the pig.
Kagura's no. Oh, damn it! You're right. Okay, we're missing 2. We're missing the rooster and the horse. We've seen everyone else.
Okay.
So, rooster and horse, keep an eye out.
Okay. So, I just want to say, it would make sense for Shisho to be the horse, because, you know, like, a horse being, like, strong and big, but also, I'm the year of the rooster, so I would really appreciate it if Shisho was the year of the rooster. Like, I would just love that. Please. Okay. Like, it's like, you don't understand, like, roosters aren't cute. You know what I mean?
They're just sharks. They're so mean.
But also, so like their head feathers are like, you know, kind of it's like not quite peacock-esque, but it's, you know, like showing off. You know, like I got this cool headdress.
Okay, so as I said, roosters aren't cute, so I would really appreciate it if Shisho was a rooster so that there'd be some saving grace to this whole situation. But man, yeah, there's 2 left. Interesting. Okay, so beside that, one final thing, which going back to the whole like romance, it's just I want more romance, not now because there's limited episodes left. There's a lot of drama happening, but like early this season had a lot of romance. Yeah, it was focused on Yuki and Toru, but you know, I don't care if it's Toru and Kyo. Just give me. I want to swoon. I want to cry and I want to swoon. That's all I want from Fruits Basket.
I want to swoon again too. I miss that feeling.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I would say there's a decent amount of swooning in this episode.
There is.
It's just harder because like we've like emotionally committed to Team Yuki, well knowing that it may never happen. And the Kyo moments are all nice, but like...
Okay, then be honest and say you want more Yuki moments. Don't say I want more romance.
Also, sometimes Kyo stuff's really good. Like that moment when like Shigure like pushes him too far and he runs in the woods and Toru finds him and she's like, she doesn't like touch him or anything. She's just like, you don't have to tell me what's wrong. I'm just like here for you. And they walk back. Like that was extremely powerful and great, and I loved it. So like, I feel like we can still get excited about Kyo stuff. It just depends on how they do it.
Exactly. And I'm just saying, like, it's not that I want swooning, like, the Yuki levels of swooning, because that's near impossible if you're not Yuki. But here's the thing. Like, Kyo, like, this episode, yes, had a lot of really tender moments with Kyo, but I don't think they were necessarily swoon-worthy. Mm-hmm. I think they were because with Kyo, just based on who he is as a character, he sometimes struggles to express himself. Once we get past this curse thing, once we get past, like, we got snippets of it. We got snippets of it with his look. With that look he gave Toru, like, when she wasn't looking and then Shisho noticed, like, that was where we're getting there. I need him to be comfortable with himself so that he can gain the confidence to be swoon-worthy. Because he's not there yet. He's not just emotionally as a character. It wouldn't make sense for Kyo to be swooning anyone at the moment. He doesn't know how to. But he will eventually
swoon anyone at the moment.
Once this love triangle really kicks up a notch, and once like both of them are aware of the other's feelings for Toru, and they both start trying to win her over, that's when I'm gonna get 100% Kyo swoon worthiness, because he's gonna bring it. And it's gonna be wonderful.
Yes to all that. I cannot wait for it to happen. It probably won't happen for a bit, but that's fine. Yeah. I also want to see Haru like just being really cute with Yuki.
Yeah.
And have Yuki like not diss that part of him would be nice, because like he gets so like, hey, how's it going? Like, are you okay? Which is like only a thing he does with Yuki, but it's like so attractive and sweet, and I love it. And just don't change Haru. You're wonderful.
Yeah. Exactly. That would be something lovely to see. Like, Yuki being the one swooned.
Yes!
I mean, not that Toru can't swoon him. She can, but, like, you know, make it happen.
Turn it out. Yeah.
You know, exactly. Toru's also dealing with her own stuff. I think at this moment, the only one who's capable of making Yuki swoon, or like trying to swoon Yuki, it would be Haru, because Toru's got stuff to deal with. But yeah, I think that does it for this episode. We talked a lot about an episode that didn't have so much happening, but
that's true.
It had a lot of feels.
It
had a lot of feels and a lot of hinting about curses and trainers and bracelets.
Yeah,
had a lot of grocery shopping.
It had a lot of grocery shopping.
I did feel a little robbed that we went on the date with Kaguda and Kyo, but we didn't get that date with Yuki and
I'm
Toru.
sure it was nice, and they checked on the strawberries and whatever.
Also, I really appreciate that like the show makes an effort of like changing Toru's like hairstyle and outfits.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it, because a lot of times, sometimes they just stick with the character model. They don't mess it up much. With Toru, they've been giving her several different hairstyles, and I really appreciate it.
I have like a hot take. There's this one shirt that I can only just call the boob shirt that Toru's weared a couple times. And I like don't know how to feel about it. Like, do you guys remember that shirt?
I need a picture.
No.
Very roughly around the bosom area, just right there. And the rest of their shirt's completely different. Because the first
Does
time
she wear it
wore
in this episode?
No, she hasn't worn it for like maybe 3 or 4 episodes. But just like every time I'd see it, I'd be like, Toru, like, I don't know how to feel about this. Like, it's very feminine, but like, I don't know, girl. Like, I don't know about this shirt. If she liked it, I guess it's fine. I can find it probably.
Okay. Well,
you'll know what I mean when I.
Okay, I'll be eagerly waiting a picture of Toru in a boob shirt on the Skype chat.
Like what you think. It's just like.
I mean, it's anime, so I'm kind of very nervous about what you're saying.
No. It's not. It's just like. I don't know how to describe it without sounding weird, but it's her.
Okay. Well, okay, sure. It's there, and we'll see it, and we'll give our thoughts next podcast.
No, dig.
I'm really trying, you guys.
Oh,
like, I'm
right now. Okay.
Well,
Okay. So, Alex, tell me about like the moment you realized Yuki was so great.
Ooh, wow. Yes, it's a great quote.
Give me your like top 3 Yuki moments.
Okay,
well, Michelle, give me your top 3.
Yeah, like I can't rank it exactly, but like definitely the in episode has stuck with me. Like just the whole like bringing the gift and the ribbon, calling her princess, like that whole deal is just like over the top. Like that was a lot. There's that moment where he's with Toru on the roof of the school, and they're like talking up there, and like all the kids.
Dress.
Yeah. Like that felt pretty nice. Them just like being alone, talking together, and then all the kids like spy on them and ruin it. But like it felt cute up until then, and I think just in general, like Yuki being the little stuff that he's been able to share with Toru has felt good, because Yuki especially is kind of a colder character. So when he gets to being emotional, it feels earned, just like with Kyo, but just in a different way, because they're both very different personalities. So just Toru brings the best out of everyone, and that includes Yuki. And so I think that Yuki and Toru are very, very nice for each other. And Yuki is slowly being nice to Toru, and so I think that that's helping a lot in making the ship strong.
Gotcha. But you ship Kyo and Toru, don't you?
I'm fine with it.
You're fine with it. That does not mean you ship it.
Yeah. Like I would prefer Yuki over Toru, but I'm just saying. But I think that Kyo has potential to be a more meaningful relationship if Kyo can get to a similar place that Yuki is with Toru in terms of like sharing emotional moments. Like right now, Kyo's just like he's still a bit behind, but like that's just because like he's had a very different personality and a different upbringing. So, but I think that Toru can break through. I think she can.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's interesting. How? Well, what do you mean by like more meaning? Like if you?
Well, I mean, because it's like
the same.
Well, look, it's similar thing between like a dog owner and a cat owner, right? Because like the dog owner, the dog will love you no matter what because it likes all the attention. A cat, you kind of need to earn the love from it because it sort of likes attention, but also like it doesn't want to be smothered either. So you need to find like a really good balance. And it takes a much longer time to get a connection with them, and that's kind of what Kyo is. It's like it's a bigger struggle to get to him, but I think that once the connection is made, it will feel more earned as opposed to someone who's like maybe more Yuki. It's fine, but because he's been so isolated for so long, so he's latching to whoever will show him any any attention and like one that is actually caring about him. So that's why he gravitates to Toru pretty quickly, and that's fine, But I'm just saying, like the other kind of relationship is also valid, and I think I would be interested to see if Kyo can get that far.
Well, we're definitely going to get both.
Michelle, I gave you enough time.
I'm trying so hard. This site that I used took down the episodes. Like, oh god, I'm so sorry. I will find it for you later.
Okay, don't worry about it. All right. So, what? Any last closing thoughts on this episode before we go? Like any last minute things?
There's that animation at the beginning of the episode that they did twice, like Toru like turning into a ghost and then like getting a turn.
Oh yeah.
To, like bring up that she failed. So it was a lot. Like in the classic style of Fruits Basket's over the top animations, that was a good one.
Yeah, I really like Toru's just expressions in general. She's just so they use her face a lot and like mix it up a lot. Like whether it's like when she's saying like, "What do you mean, silly expression?" and then they change her eyes, and then with I don't know, she's just great. Michelle, what about you? Any last closing thoughts?
I feel like we're gonna get into some good Kyo backstory stuff with that trainer guy next episode, and I'm excited for that. But also, I want everyone listening to write down their top 3 characters based on a personal attractiveness in the comments, and we will read them, and it'll be great. So please do that.
Yes, please. Like you, and if you want to cheat like I did, it could just be like top 3 guys or like top 3 girls, whatever it is that you want, whatever you want. But it has to be based on personal attractiveness to that character.
Your preference, no one else's.
Yes, exactly. I'm also curious. I'm curious to see how that would turn out because I feel like Fruits Basket has so many options. That's just like it has something for everybody. So I'm curious to see like is Yuki just universally loved or is it just us? Like I want to know, you know? That does it for this podcast. Thank you so much for listening. You can find out all the info on this podcast at overlyanimated.com. You can join us on Discord to text chat about animation at overlyanimated.com/Discord. You can support us via Patreon at patreon.com/overlyanimated. Thanks to our current patrons, especially our patron of the podcast, Venetian, aka Fusion. And thanks as always to our Patreon executive producers, Ryan, Steve, Alex, Beatrice, Hugh, Michael, and Needle. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye. I'm still looking for it. It's like not that big a deal, but
well, do you like know what episode it's in?
That's what I'm trying to remember. I don't remember, but she wears it at least twice, but not in consecutive episodes. Well, it's just like most of the shirt is like one color. In the middle of the shirt, there's other color, and it's like around like her boob window. I'm like, why?
Wait a minute. I think is this the
Do you remember?
I'm zooming in. Let's see.
Yeah,
Okay.
Enhance, Alex. Enhance.
One? What do you mean? Okay. Which one?
Is this what we're looking for?
Yes, that's the poster. It's so weird to me. I'm like, why does this shirt exist? It's so awkward because it's like, yeah, I've got boobs, but I'm wearing a different color. Like, why did they design it this way? I hate this shirt. How did you find this so quick? I've been looking everywhere.
I was scrolling through the Fruits Basket wiki gallery.
You went right to the source. Yeah, I hate this shirt because look, it's just like Boob City, like right there. And
if there are any listeners, this is episode 18.
You see how insane this shirt is, though, right?
Yes, it's
why did they do that?
It's like it's a shirt that's already like tight, but then she puts another shirt on top of it, but it doesn't cover the bosom. Like it only only covers below.
For her boobs, like I don't understand.
Yeah, it's like a Fruits Basket.
Oh no, but it's a boob basket.
Melon basket.
It's a melon basket.
It's
we didn't make this shirt.
Yeah.
We didn't. It's what I don't understand is like, does it give her support? Like, is it also like
maybe?
I don't think it does.
Okay, like I don't think like it's not revealing, but now that you point it out, I can't.
So distracting. I could not take my eyes off it the first time it came in an episode. I'm like, this is bad. I'm not paying attention to the plot. This shirt just needs to not be here. And then it came back another episode. I'm like, show, what are you doing? This is the weirdest shirt she owns. Put her back in that blue dress. You love putting her in that blue dress.
What boob dress?
Not
blue dress.
Blue dress.
Oh, blue dress.
That
Sorry,
dress
I'm
with the
looking at
long
this picture and all I'm seeing is like
the boobs are just like very on
emphasized.
Boobs.
It's like crazy because it's not like it's like cleavage or anything. It's just that area. It's just her chest is emphasized on the shirt.
Boob window for no reason.
They wanted to let you know that she has boobs. They wanted to remind you.
Way to go. I mean, there's no holding back.
I guess. I mean, they were just like, look, she may be tiny, but she's got boobs. I guess is what they were saying.
You're welcome, both of you. If it comes back.
If it comes back, oh man. I mean, I like the pigtails. You know what? I was thinking while watching this, I was just thinking, oh, she has pigtails like Sailor Moon.
Aww.
I was completely hadn't even noticed the boob shirt. But now I'm thinking like how is it difficult to put on? Is it two separate pieces or is it just one piece? Like,
I think it has to be two separate pieces.
No, I think it's one. I mean, it could. I can see it.
Still on under, and then there's just a boob window on the top.
Yeah,
blue
I think
shirt.
it's like she's got like a tank top and then a shirt on top of it.
And some dumb guy designed. He's like, "Oh, this is gonna be great," but then you try to wear it and you look ridiculous. Like,
no, but there is no way that can be two pieces because then it's like the thing is gonna ride up.
Not an anime. It just does it in anime features. That's magic.
I guess. All right. I guess magic. I mean, look, this is a show where people turn into.
Yes. No, that was the Return of the Boob shirt. Was the Hino episode?
All right. Okay. What? It does not look as bad here, though.
It doesn't look as bad. No, the first episode definitely played up the boobs like way too much.
Yeah.
It's a little more restrained. Maybe someone else boarded this episode.
I think so. And like the little outline isn't as thick.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it doesn't look that bad there.
It looks a little more normal there, but it's definitely still a boob shirt. I mean, like the clavicles are on full display. Who designed this?
Okay, but it's not like it's like, I mean, if it were like lower cut, then maybe. But I mean, I don't think it's like too bad, especially given how anime can be when it comes to
totally.
Like
I just wasn't expecting any kind of boob shirt.
I know.
Fruits Basket, I guess, is the thing. So I was just like, whoa.
Right.
Okay, this shirt, though.
Hey, look, Shigura's got his boobs,
his boobs are constantly being shown off. And it makes me mad because, objectively, Shigure is attractive, but I can't let myself think about him because it's Shigure. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I know.
So it's not fair that his shirt's open all the time. It's like Shigure, no.
It's like his cleavage is like an insult at this point.
Exactly.
I'm like, how dare you have show us your cleavage?
How dare you?
Like, we don't like you, and this isn't going to change your mind.
Line up that shirt or put on a different shirt.
Or something.
It's
or just
open
or just tighten it up a little bit.
Yeah, tighten up, Shigure. You have kids in your house. Who are you trying to attract here? It's just you and kid. Like, what? All right.
It just exudes hotness.
Oh, God. It exudes something, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely something.